The day you don't see the things you expect, relationship begins to crack. I love God. I came into the faith for God, not for things. Yet I don't like the things. Change your perspective, people of God. Get deeper in love with God, and you'll be filled with the fullness of God and everything that He possesses. That's the secret. Love makes you a friend to God. Abraham became God's friend. Genesis 18:17, God said, can I do anything without telling my friend Abraham? Love with God makes you a confidant of God, a partner of God, a companion of God, a collaborator of God. Psalm 25 verse 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear Him, with them that love Him, and He will show them His covenant. Thank you, Jesus. As I begin to round up, we bless the communion shortly. In summary, love for God can be defined or described in 2 or 3 ways. What is love for God? Love for God means being dedicated to God. Giving your life to God at a cost. It will cost you to love God. Love is not cheap, it's costly, and very expensive to maintain. Ask a serious married couple. They will tell you that love is not cheap. Love is costly, expensive to maintain. You know why many marriages break? Because they are not ready to pay the price of love. Love never fails, so relationship never breaks. Because love never fails, relationship never breaks. When relationship is broken, love is on holiday. 1 Corinthians chapter 18, verse 13, verse 8. Love never fails. Everything else may fail, including faith. The faith of Job failed, but his love for God did not fail. His wife came to him and said, curse God and die. And Job said, you are a foolish woman. You see, when you stop loving God, you become a foolish man. He said, I know my Redeemer liveth. I may not understand everything, but I still love Him. I may not understand what is happening, but I love Him. Peter's faith failed, but he passed the test of love. Peter, do you love me? Jesus came back to him. Jesus said, I know your faith failed, but I know you love me, and I want to confirm it. You see, Jesus didn't doubt the love of Peter, but he wanted to reaffirm it. And that's why Peter said to him, Master, you know all things. John 21, 15 to 17. Jesus knew Peter loved him. He has tested him several times. He left his net to follow Jesus. Others were going. Peter said, whither shall we go from you? He took him through different tests. All others ran away. Peter followed him. Peter told him, Jesus, you can be asking this question from the others, like Thomas, like Philip. Me, no matter the trouble, I'm here for you. His faith failed, but Jesus came back to him and said, I know you love me. Your faith may appear to fail at a point in time, but don't let your love fail. When you can't understand any other thing, let your love remain deep. If you can't say with me, I love God. Say it again, I love God. And number two, what does love mean? It means putting God first. For me to live is Christ, for me to die is gain. Philippians 1:21. Paul said, I die daily. 1 Corinthians 15:31. I die daily if it's for Jesus. Songs of Solomon chapter 7 verse 8. He said, love is stronger than death. Job 2:9-10, the wife said, curse God and die. And Job said, I will love him and live. Curse him and die. Job said, I will love him and live. Because love doesn't die. Thank you, Jesus. I know my Redeemer liveth. Job 13:15. Thank you, Jesus. Well, please take this as we round up. Love for God will do the following in your life. Number one, love for God makes you outstanding as God. It makes your destiny to stand out. David became a generational hero at age 17, just loving God. Just loving God. David wore God, the Almighty, to face the mighty Goliath. You may not have credentials, but love God. I didn't say you shouldn't have. I said you may not. So make sure you get all the credentials you need to get. But in case your credential becomes insufficient, inadequate at any particular time, you are wearing God, the one that cannot be resisted. He was described as a man whose heart was after God. 1 Samuel chapter 13 verse 14. Number two, love will bring you to global recognition and fame. And Solomon loved the Lord. He loved the Lord. 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 3. Solomon loved the Lord. If all you need to do is just love God, like myself, keep loving him. What brought me to where I am today by his grace is just love. I just love God. I'm not a qualified person by any means, by skill, by expertise, by academic qualification, but I'm just loving God every day. He loved the Lord. And what happened to Solomon? In 1 Kings chapter 4, from verse 29 to 34. His fame went around. God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding. Just for loving him, God gave. God gave. He didn't work for it. Remember, you will work for your devices. But God will work for his purpose, for your life. Your devices will demand your strength. God's purposes will invite his strength, his commitment. God gave him.